This is the OutIn Nano travel espresso maker. This little gadget is a game changer for people like me who loves coffee and who loves to be outdoors and likes traveling. This little machine just makes you this amazing espresso in the morning just before you need to get out on your adventure, or you are traveling somewhere and you don't have time to pick up a coffee. Now, after using it for more than a month, I used it backpacking, I used it camping, traveling. I want to share with you guys my review about this little magical machine. But first, let's do a little unboxing experience and let's see what's in the box. Just a disclaimer before we jump into the unboxing. This espresso maker was provided to me by OutIn, but I am not paid in any way for this video. All my thoughts are my honest thoughts about the product. Usually, if I don't like a product, I rather don't make a review about it. So, all this out of the way, let's go and see what's in the box. This is the OutIn Nano box, which is nice and green. And then when you open it up, you have a nice design to it. And the first thing you see is the "We are just being thoughtful" little paper in the front, which tells you actually different tips how to use the coffee maker, which is nice. Then we have the OutIn stickers, 3 different kinds. That's cool. Then the left is the user guide. That's really important. I guess it has it in different languages. You really want to go and read through before you use the coffee maker. And this last piece is gonna be one of the how to use your Nano little guide. Now let's see what's inside. Oh yeah, this is it, the actual OutIn coffee machine. Look at this, it's a beautiful piece of art. I love it. Now here we have the actual top of it, or the coffee cup. You just hook it up there and right there. Now we have, this is the coffee pod adapter. This is for different coffee pods, like the Espresso pods. They work very well. Then you have the little ground coffee little spoon and a USB-C cable. So this is it. This is what's in the box. Now let's see how this little machine works. All right, let's do a little bit of demonstration. Let's see how this coffee maker actually works. It's pretty simple. I'm just gonna try to have everything here so I can show you guys pretty easy. Now the first thing you have to decide if you want to do your own ground coffee just like this, or you're gonna go with one of these espresso pods. Like all these Nespresso pods gonna work, Starbucks, Peet's, Lore, whatever. This goes pretty fast, but let me show you first how to do it with your own ground coffee. It's pretty easy. So basically you have the OutIn machine with the motor. You have the coffee cup here. You unscrew the top. Okay. The top contains the ground coffee holder and filter right here. And now what you do, it's basically just fill up about 80%, just like a little barista. Then you securely tighten back together, put it back in the cup, just like this, and then screw it on pretty tight. Whenever it's screwed on, it's basically you have to add water. Now this is where you can decide if you want 50 milliliter espresso or 80 milliliter of espresso. Let's go with the standard, which is 50 milliliter. So there is a little sign, it tells you 50, 70 or max. So I'm gonna go to 50. All right, got the water. Make sure it's on. What I like to do, I put it back on the cup and basically just press the button for 2 seconds and wait. Okay, now when you see the one little button lit, that means it's working. Now, until this works, let's talk a little bit about the espresso maker. So what is basically the selling points of this little machine is how portable and easy to carry anywhere. I used it in Maui in our recent camping trip. We used it around the beach, we used it around the mountains. It's really nice. And then just think about it. Sometimes you go some places where it's you cannot even find coffee, and you can just stop on the side of the road, make one for yourself and have a good day. That's awesome. Or some places the coffee is super expensive, so if you want to save, you know, $5-6 a day drinking your favorite coffee, maybe you can just have this machine with you and you can even save money. Now, of course, we are in Hawaii and it started raining, but maybe this rain is not too big, so I'm gonna keep continuing telling you guys about the Nespresso pods. They are pretty easy to carry with you too if you want to do it that way. It has a little adapter, and instead of the coffee filter, what I'm using right now, you basically what you do, put the little pod in this, press it down until you feel like a click, and then you just put it in the machine. That's it. By the way, this one is a used pod. If you see some holes, it's not brand new. I don't really use pods, so I prefer the ground coffee. What I found that using the pods are actually a little bit longer than just using ground coffee. Probably has to do with the smaller holes and the pressure going through the coffee, but taste is great too. It has an engine which heats up the water very fast, and it's about 3 minutes to heat up the water. What I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna put up like a brewing time, what I tested throughout this month. I tested out with room temperature water and hot water, and then I put it up here on the screen. You can read through it. The company says you want to do the 50 milliliter espressos. That's recommended. You can do 3 to 5 espressos like that, or if you use the 80 milliliter water, then it can only brew about 2 to 3 times. Now, in my experience, I used okay, the coffee is coming. Perfect. So this is it. Look at this. It's a beautiful espresso, and it has a rich crema, how they call it, on the top of the coffee. It's basically this nice golden froth on the top of espresso, and this is because it goes through like a high pressure. All right, let's try it. Yeah, awesome. I actually used Lavazza for this from Italy, and it just has a very, very rich taste. You can add a little bit of milk to it, you can make it a latte, you can make it a cappuccino. That's all your choice. If you heat up the water, actually you can brew more than 200 cups of coffee. Now, of course, I didn't have the chance to try this out because I didn't brew 200 coffees yet, but what I can tell from my experience, if you heat up the water, you can actually brew pretty fast. Maybe a minute and a half, your coffee is ready because you already have the hot water. And what you're gonna see, that instead of the coffee maker starts lighting up the first little circle, it lights up right away the third circle, which means that the water is hotter. I really like about OutIn how they thought about all the materials, what they use to make this little machine. So all the plastic is food grade plastic, and all the inside of the water tank, it's food grade stainless steel, which is really nice. Other than that, it has a really strong, powerful machine, a 90 watt and 7500 milliampere lithium battery inside, which is chargeable with USB-C, and the charger port, it's on the other side right here, covered with a nice plastic cover, so no water can enter. Very well thought. I actually didn't test the charging time, but it's between 1.5 hours to 2 hours, how I remember, but I can't tell for sure. It is 670 grams, about 23 ounces, I think. If you look at their website, you can find this little espresso maker in different color. You can find it in gray, green, white, even pink, so you can choose, depends who you are, what is your style. You can choose your style of espresso maker. I don't really have any bad things for now to say about this little machine. I didn't have any problems with it yet. I went through the instruction guide just in case, to make sure that I do everything right. And I think if you read through, it's pretty clear how to use it, pretty simple, no problem so far. Okay, so you might ask, oh, everything is great, I love this little machine, but what's the price? Well, the price is $150. For $150, first you might think, oh, that's a lot of money, but actually just think through it. It's really not a lot of money. For this little machine, you can carry with you everywhere. You can have coffee everywhere. You don't have to spend money coffee where you go here and there. You actually save money with this. And the good thing, you can go to the link in my description and I have a 10% off. Just use the code Explorer, click on the link and you can buy this with 10% off. Let me know if you have one of these, or let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to answer any questions you guys have. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and then see you guys next time. Aloha.